Since I joined these men, I have seen stuff that'll turn you white.
During this year's Boxing Week, Ghostbusters and Ghostbusters 2 made their long overdue United Kingdom premiere on the BBC. That is, excluding airings on BBC America. But as expected, a handful of edits were made to censor both films, making them suitable for younger age viewers. White Rose Ghostbusters fan group member Cal Walker gave us a heads up on the noteworthy airings, noting that a couple of memorable scenes were entirely removed, along with a rundown of familiar television edits. Likely the most notable change came during the film's montage set to Ray Parker Jr.'s Ghostbusters, usually culminating in a dream sequence that sees Dan Aykroyd's character of Ray Stantz having relations with a seductive ghost played by Playboy model Kimberly Herron. As you're about to see here, the BBC airing, it makes a pretty abrupt cut, jumping from Peter Venkman getting out of the Ecto-1 to Winston Zeddemore arriving at the firehouse for his interview.
UFOs, astral projections, mental telemetry.
Now, of course, edits of this scene, they aren't anything new. It's not exactly PG, right? With British free-to-air public broadcast television network ITV previously removing about 90% off the entire sequence. But to our knowledge, this is the very first time we've heard of this provocative slime-churning scene being done away with in its entirety. A likely more surprising edit comes from the removal of the zombie taxicab driver sequence. Now this one, it is found within the film's second montage, and we'd assume that the zombie or ghost, it was deemed a bit too gruesome for younger viewers, with Walker making a point mentioning that the majority of BBC's other seasonal films were much more child-friendly. Many would have no doubt tuned into the films in addition to BBC's other seasonal offerings over the Christmas week, including Walt Disney's Mary Poppins, Pokemon Detective Pikachu, and Paddington, most of which were family films shown in the afternoon. As expected, various edits were also made to the film's language. Of course, while this isn't anything new, some of the swears and could be considered questionable content could be heard during recent UK airings. The BBC chose to leave in a few certain scenes that ITV previously edited out, from Venkman's infamous "This man has no dick" line aimed at Walter Peck, to one of two references that would be considered inappropriate for an afternoon time slot, including the follow-up line to "Stay Puft's okay, he's a sailor, he's in New York," or "Dana's possessed, I want you inside me." Regarding Ghostbusters 2, its more kid-friendly tone means that the film, for the most part, stayed intact. However, a few minor edits were spotted. ITV had notably omitted lines, including Egon's, "I'd like to run some gynecological tests on the mother" quote, and a few seconds of the haunted subway head scene. For anyone within the UK that is watching this video, and has access to the BBC iPlayer, it is said that both films are now available completely intact. That's all I've got for you here right now. As always, subscribe. If you'd like to join up with Ghostbusters news, check out our Patreon page. A link to that is down below, and I'll see you right back here next time.